At the time of filming this video, I am 17 years old.
Oh goodness.
17 years my ass, I'm 27 years old, which means 9 years ago I was 18 years old. The beautiful, amazing golden age. I wish I can go back to that age. However, if I can go back to my 18 years old stud and have a chat with that guy, over the past few years I've learned some key lessons and key truths about life that I believe if you apply them to your life, it doesn't matter if you're 18 or not, will absolutely transform how you approach the next 10 years of your life. These are fundamental truths that you learn the hard way, and then you only learn by engaging with life and getting messy and getting dirty and so on. Because when I was 18, I was stuck in Iraq and like bombs and like ISIS and war and Call of Duty and you die and you know fly and so on. So assuming you're watching this video from a relatively safe place like not Gaza or anywhere where you can just blow up, I believe this video will apply to you and help you a lot in your life. So let's start with the first one right now. The first lesson is your relationship with pain will determine your future. If you treat pain like this high school friend or teacher that you always dodge and hide from in public whenever you see them, like, you know, don't see me, don't find me, your life won't turn out to be very pretty, because in life, somehow God set it in a way where pain and progress go hand in hand. If you don't get used to having pain as you grow and as you move with life and trying to achieve your goals, you won't really achieve anything, because you literally cannot grow. It's impossible to grow or change or transform or recreate yourself if you don't feel pain. If you're gonna go to the gym and want to build the muscle, you're gonna have to get comfortable with feeling painful and all the pain in the muscles. If you're maybe like studying for something, an exam, or like trying to get a degree, or like trying to get a job, or learning a new skill, the first phase and literally all the phases that follows, if you want to get great at what you do, it's gonna be very painful and lonely, and like it's gonna like crush you like that. So unless you are comfortable with pain, you won't grow. You simply won't grow. You simply won't go anywhere. And at 18, you're comfortable. You grow up in your like parents' care and they feed you and they take care of you, and you're the little small little cute baby. But like now you're not. Like it's not gonna work out for the rest of your lives. Like once you're 18, they're gonna start treating you like an adult, and then you have to wake up and start getting ready to get used to some pain. And I'm not talking about like heartbroken pain, you little softie. Oh, did you break your heart? No, I'm talking about the pain when you're trying to recreate yourself, the pain of discipline, the pain of failure, the pain of rejection, and actually, yeah, the pain of getting your heart broken, because that shit sucks.
You smart.
So get ready to make a good relationship with pain, make out with pain, kiss pain, love pain, have kids with pain. And I don't mean pain from Naruto, Shinra Tensei. No, I mean the feeling of pain. Get used to it and your life will be painfully beautiful. Lesson number 2, identity is not found, it's built. When you're 18, you think you're supposed to find your passion, find your identity, who you are. You're just stuck like, who am I? What do I want to be? And you think you're gonna have to have it figured out. And that's simply not true. That's just like a big loads of bullshit that a lot of people tell you to sell you something. The truth is your identity, your passion, your whatever, it's created, it's handmade, it's yours. How else could it be? You have to make it yourself. And that's good news, because if it was found, that means you're gonna have to settle with whatever you find. Like you just open it and like you find it in the fridge and then like that's your identity. You're just gonna have to settle for that. And maybe it tastes like shit, maybe it's like a shitty identity. Are you just gonna live with that? That sucks. But on the other hand, your identity is created, it's found. It doesn't matter if you're 18 or not. You are going to create yourself as you grow and as you face challenges and lessons and learn from them and failures and all of that by engaging with life, by trying different things, by trying your interests and exploring them. You're going to create an identity that only applies to you. You will create a character, you will recreate yourself, because up until 18 you have all these labels of who you are and who you should be from your parents, from your friends, from your family, whatever. And then as you start to go on life into your own and into your mission, that's when you're gonna recreate yourself and rebuild yourself and create your own identity, your own passion. You do it by exploring, you do it by doing it handmade, built just for you, customized just for you. You cannot let anybody else tell you what your life, what your mission, what your goal is going to be. It's you. You are the one who's going to make it. You are the one who's going to be the master and the artist of creating that, because when holding the story of your pen, don't let... No, there is something cool to say. When holding the story when holding the pen of your story, when writing your story, don't let anybody else hold the pen. I'm a genius. When writing your life story, don't let anybody else hold the pen. Be the one to write your story and customize it on your own. So your identity is not gonna be found in the fridge or like in the counter. You're gonna have to go and cook it yourself. So I'm just gonna let you cook. Number 3, your environment is either going to be your fuel or it's going to be your poison. It's gonna kill you and destroy you or ruin all your dreams and everything. Because you will always be influenced by your surroundings. It doesn't matter how disciplined you are, how awesome your mindset is. If you're with fat people, you're gonna end up being fat. If you're with fit people, you're more likely to train and get fit. If you're with smart people, you're gonna get smarter. You're with dumb people, you're gonna get dumber. Just like look at the people who smoke. All of them started because one of their friends suggested them, let's try, and then one cigarette leads to another, and then they end up being smokers for the rest of their lives. So bad habits, good habits, your environment will influence that in a crazy way. And sometimes you have goals and you cannot really grow because the environment is pulling you down and trying to trash you. So you have to be very careful of who you surround yourself with. When I was in Iraq trying to learn English, a lot of people tried to bully me and drag me down because it was during war in the US Army, and it was weird to go and learn English because if you learn it, then they will just consider they're trying to be a spy, like you're turning on your country and you want to work with the US, because why the hell would you learn English if you're stuck in Iraq? It doesn't make sense. They will bully the fuck out of you. But then I had to surround myself with people who like to speak English and want to learn English, and I connected with people all around the world through the internet, through phone calls, through whatever, and that helped me to create my own environment that supports my goal. And then I learned English, and now I'm talking to you in English. What's up, my dog? So your environment is either going to absolutely boost your growth or it's gonna turn you into a piece of shit. And just like Instagram and Snapchat, where you have all these filters that make you beautiful and with a smaller nose and beautiful eyes, you also need a filter into who you're gonna let into your life. A filter of relationships. You're not gonna let all the people come into your life just because you think they are cool at the moment when you're 18 and they are partying or whatsoever. You need to think more strategically about this. And I think Jim Rohn said this best, and he said, every single day stand guard at the door of your mind. Just like the club, there's a big bodyguard who's like not letting everybody in. You want to hire one of those and put them in there in your head so they don't let anybody else inside unless you approve of who they are and that they are aligned with your goals, aligned with your life trajectory. Otherwise, what the hell are you doing, man? You wanna fight? You wanna fight? You wanna fight? Just smash your... Just kidding. The goal is, in the best case scenario, is you want to reach a point where you can have your own domain expansion, you know? Like Ryoik Tinkai or something like this. Like if you watch Jujutsu Kaisen, you know what I mean. Go make your own domain expansion so you can kick life in the butt. Kick life ass in the butt. Number 4 is most people don't think deeply. They think too shallow. They take things at face value. They don't analyze them. And I think my boy Carl Jung said this best. He said, thinking is hard. That's why most people judge. You want to get into the habit of learning to think deep, because that will literally make the difference between winners and losers in life. Thinking deep will allow you to uncover layers about every situation you see, every matter, every topic. You will reach levels while other people don't reach them because they can't see them. For example, you would see like all of these cute, awesome quotes on Instagram. And most people just like look at those quotes and be like, yeah, that's so nice. I totally agree with it. But if you just think about it a little bit deeply, you will see that this is completely utter bullshit. Good things don't come to this way. Good things come to those who take action fast. The bird that first jumps get the worm, or something like that. You know, like there's a bird that goes for the first bird that... I'm not really good with memorizing the proverbs, as you can notice, but the bird that goes first get the worm, or like the first bird gets the worm. I think that's the one. So you want to be very impatient with your life. You want to work really hard, really fast, and go after it, because good things won't come to those who wait. Those who wait will get shit and then end up crying and manifesting and doing yoga and all of these spiritual shit. But you want to go take action. You want to act fast. You want to start thinking deeply about how you go about your life. When someone gives you an advice, don't take it at face value. Analyze it, see how it applies to your life. Does it make sense to your situation? Maybe it's just too general, and then do it. Point is, don't be a follower, be a student, learn, analyze, and then see how it applies to your life, then move forward. That's gonna help you a lot, even if you're 18 years old, even if you're 9 years old, even if you're 4, 5, 3 months years old. This is gonna 5 months years old, that's weird. That's gonna help you. Just try it, you'll see. And last but not least, number 5 is you need to understand that life is actually really short. Like when they say life is short, it's like really short, but at the age of 18 you're so stupid. You think you have so much time, you think you're young because you have so, like, you look at the bar of your age and it's like really long, like because you're just 18 and everyone's telling you, oh my god, you're so young, you're just a baby. But like, no, like you don't really have a lot of time. Like, and just like that you will find yourself 27, handsome, smart gentleman who's super wise and super fit and super cool. But seriously, life is really too short. You won't believe how fast it's just gonna go. Like, can you believe like 5 years ago, almost 6 years ago, it's like COVID? Like 6 years ago, it's like yesterday, bro. 2016 was like right here. We are closer to 2050 than we are to 2020. 2000. No, just 2000. Yeah. I think Patrick Bet Davis said, only the paranoid. Only the paranoid survive. I suck at quoting proverbs, man. But you get the point. That's true. You need to be paranoid in terms of how fast and how obsessed you are about getting your goals and improving and becoming a better person and getting your shit together. Don't waste your time on stupid shit. Don't waste your time arguing with people who are judging you, trying to drag you down. Don't waste your time thinking you have a lot of time. Don't waste your time. Life is short. Make the most of it. Live, try, experience, and think that you don't really have a lot of time. You have a few years at max. And I'm saying this from a real life perspective because when I was in Iraq, you really don't have a guaranteed life ticket. You can't just project your life over the next few years because like you could die at any moment, you know, like explosions and it's war and kidnapping and all the things that comes attached with war. So every day you could lose your life. You see people dying, you see your friends are dying here and there, your uncles, your cousins, they're getting shot and like you're just like shit, like I'm next, you know, like it only makes sense that you die next. So you understand the value of life when you go through these situations. Because you did not go through them, hopefully, I hope that you did not go through such situations. I just want to remind you from someone who experienced that, life is really short. You could just go in a blink of an eye. You see the accidents and the wars and the blow-ups that happen all around the world. And it just shows you that it could die in any moment. So try to make the most of your life. Experience every day as its own life. Treat every day as its own separate life. Make the most of your experiences. Treat people kindly. Do the things that you care about and that matters to you. Just live, you know. Stop wasting time crying and complaining and bitching and being like a small little bitch. Try to engage with life and make the most of it. You've been handed this amazing life. It's a 1 in 400 trillion chance that you happen. So make the absolute most of it. I'm writing a book about this. I think it's gonna absolutely help you and you're gonna love it by the end of the year or something. So stay tuned for that and don't forget to Don't forget to subscribe. So there you go. These are the 5 lessons I would tell my handsome, badass, cool 18 years old self if I had a chat with that guy. Point is, apply these 5 lessons and I guarantee you will be a Super Saiyan by the end of when you apply all these 5 lessons. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe and I'll catch you in the next episode.